In an answer to this question, Buddha proclaims that there are three evil roots: greed, hatred, and ignorance, which are responsible for all crises. Columbus reached America in 1492 and cast the evil eye of greed on the riches of Newfoundland. He forced the natives to fetch him gold or lose their limbs and lives. Further, he brought the dogs from Spain to terrorize them. In his book, A Dog's History of America, author Mark Durr describes that the horrific pastime of Columbus was the sport of Monteria Infernal, which means pitting the natives against the Spanish dogs in a barbaric gladiator-like style of death matches. In 1763, Sir Geoffrey Amherst, Commander-in-Chief of the British forces in North America, wrote to his subordinates, "You will do well to try to inoculate the Indians with smallpox by means of blankets, as well as to try every other method that can serve to extirpate this race." According to Phipps's proclamation of 1775, King George II of England called for captivating, killing, and destroying all and every of the aforesaid Indians. Thus, colonists were awarded £50 for the adult male scalps, 25 for adult female scalps, and 20 for scalps of boys and girls. Maria Giraud, a surviving American Indian, writes in her memoir, "For hundreds of years, a mixture of colonial conflict, disease, specific atrocities, and policies of discrimination has devastated the Native American population. In the course of this time, it is estimated that over 9 million natives died from violent conflict or disease. For too long, the history has been under-recognized and too little discussed." The population of Australia, which was 100% in 1788, is now just about 1%. On the Turkish hatred against the Armenians, Leslie David's letter to the American ambassador records, "I do not believe that there has ever been a massacre in the history of the world so general and so thorough, which can be conceived by the human mind." So far, we have seen the evil consequences of greed and hatred. We may now see the crisis due to our ignorance that operates through insensibility or moha, and also interpreted as delusive understanding. Scientists have announced that we have now entered the Anthropocene Age, as we have altered the trajectory of the Earth system by the reckless human activities. Ignorance operates through our delusive understanding that induces us to act recklessly. Ignorance eclipses the reality and makes us blind to see the consequences of our actions. For example, when we smoke, we do not see the evil consequences of our actions. Delusive understanding is liable to perverse or false perception, which makes us think illogically and act irrationally. Thus, due to our ignorance-induced delusion, we are prone to perverse perception that induces false reasoning in us, such as smoking shall make us to heroes. This operative mode of delusion also makes us blind to see the evil consequences of smoking. The delusive mode of understanding is also liable to force false vision or michya-ditti to grow terrorist ideology. Thus, the psyche for smoking or terrorism is the same, as both are rooted in the delusive understanding or moha. Dogma or michya-ditti has the characteristic of dogmatic conviction, which operates through evil associates. It has no desire to see the reality, and it manifests in erroneous vision. Thus, the operational mode of ignorance develops wrong vision in us, which manifests in corrupt and criminal practices, robbery, terrorism, and wars, together with the imminent ecological catastrophe that has brought us so close to total extinction. On the other hand, knowledge operates through wisdom or right understanding with the appreciation of benevolence, loving kindness, and sensibility, the three moral roots. Knowledge thus grows right vision in us to see the asubha or evils of our acts, and eventually constitutes the first step in the noble eightfold path formulated by the Buddha for achieving happiness. Which is why the Buddha has made his final utterance before his parinibbana. Vaya dhamma sankhara appamadena sampadetha, which means all worldly objects are composite and conditioned. One must therefore act wisely.